Welcome to Shadow Empire playthrough. We play and learn Shadow Empire together. In the description you can find link to the playlist. Before each episode, I try to answer questions from the community. So let's start with your questions. One person was surprised that we can attach independent tank battalion to our OHQ. You can do this with any independent unit if there is free slot in your OHQ. So in order of battle, you can see that currently I have 5 battalions that are regular and one which is independent attached to the OHQ. So I can attach up to 2 independent units. So here I have no independent units attached and here I have slot for one independent unit. So for example, I can go to this machine gun, click to unit administration, click change headquarter, and now I can select here any OHQ that still has 3 slots for independent units. After such change, the unit will change colors to the ones that we have selected in our OHQ. And of course, the color can be changed in the unit administration here. So yellow, now everybody is yellow, including this independent unit. And in order of battle, we have here machine gun and tanks attached to OHQ. Another person suggested that if we have here in our zone slave trader, we can try to call governor and we have here an option to extort text payment from the slave trader. And this option for free political power can give us some money, but it's the intermediate role which sadly our governor doesn't have. But we could try to do this if we'll need more money. So thanks for this suggestion. There was also a comment how the quality replacement system works. So if we go to our models, you can see that in 1st Light Infantry Brigade, we have 200 low quality units that are tolerated. And tolerated means that if in the SHQ there are units of higher quality, so in this example, soldiers 3 are those with higher quality, then they can replace soldiers with lower quality. But in our case, as you can see, in SHQ there is no soldiers with higher quality. But if they were, then the soldiers will replace the units inside this brigade. And by replacement, we mean the same action as we do manual replacement. So we replace equipment, but not units. So the units should keep their experience. We can even check this in our SHQ. If there are replacements, you can see that the last 2 rows here are regarding replacements. So 8 units returned to SHQ and replacements offered for return for 8 units. So it means that the units that we can see here are, in this case, old models of soldiers and old models of machine guns. They sent back the old model equipment to SHQ and the modern equipment, so soldiers 3, were sent as a replacement for those units. But you can see that the experience is here very low and our frontline units have experience quite high. So it means that the experience stays and we only replace models. And the last comment was regarding the possibility to have more track stations and how the refocus works. And for this, I need to load another game. Okay, I have loaded another game on another planet. We are on a Ceph planet, and here I made an example for you. You can see this chain of track stations. So I have built, here is one track station in the city, and here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 track stations, creating a kind of chain on a single road and starting in the city. All are level 1 track stations. So the assumption in the question was that we cannot have more than 4 track stations because of the refocus. So this is first one, refocus 25%. Refocus 50%, refocus 75, refocus 100. So we shouldn't, according to the question, here have any logistical points. But refocus is not working this way. If we go to the preview, you can see that here we have 1,678 logistical points and the points don't change up to this last hex. So how is that possible? And those stations produce 800. Each one is producing 800. So why we can have 1,600 here? If refocus after 4th track station is 100%, well, we need to understand how refocus works. So let's start. First track station. we switch to the traffic signs mode, preview log, logs per source hex. You can see that only two track stations are sending points here. This is the current hex and this is our city. You can see that city reach our first track station, so there is first refocus. It's 25% plus some negative modifier depending on the distance. But here we produce 800 logistical points in this hex. So this 800 and the points that were refocused, so 418 and 70, are adding up here, and we have 1280. So in the third track station, now we have three track stations that are participating here. So current track station, which also produce 800, the previous one, which will now have 25% refocus, and the first one from the city, which has minus 50%. So please notice that it means that we have received some points and we can send less to the next hex. But if the points are here, also logistical points from the previous station and from this station can carry on the supplies. Important is how many points we have in the hex and not how many points were blocked because of the refocus to the next hex. Next hex is not important currently. It's important how many points could reach this hex from there and how many points can leave this hex. But we count the sum of the points that can reach this hex from all sources. So in the third station, you can see that from the city, we have minus 75%. And here from the city, we only receive track points, but we have minus 100% refocus, so we cannot send anything further. But this is not a problem because the other stations down the path continue delivering the points. So as long as the produced points in this track station and the points that are reaching this hex from this road can deliver 800 logistics, there is no problem with refocus. So even here in the last track station, I will see only few track stations that could deliver here any logistical points. So I don't see here the ones that are here at the end, at the start of the road. I see only few up to here probably stations, but this is not a problem. Refocus is completely not a problem in this case, because if let's say I have 500 ammo to deliver to this unit, I need to have 500 logistical points across this path up to the unit, and the 500, if is reaching this track station also produce 800 logistical points, and the 800 is enough to continue sending the 500 ammo to the next station. Even if here I would have 100% refocus, this track station receive 500 ammo and can send it to the next track station as long as we produce more than we need to carry. I know maybe this is complicated, but in this case, the capacity of this whole line here is here, limited by this hex, 700. 700 is the amount of ammo that we can send to this hex. And the refocus is completely irrelevant here because it's only affecting 4 stations back the path and the ability to add more points than we produce in each of those stations. So what does it mean? It means that you can build a dirt road across the whole planet using level 1 track stations, and refocus will not change anything because 800 logistical points will be delivered. But in reality, this is impossible because you need more levels of track stations, which means it's hard to keep everywhere, for example, fifth level of track station. That's why we need supply bases and we need to have better, higher distances. But refocus is only affecting up to 4 previous track stations that can additionally increase the logistics that we produce in this station. Let's go back to our game. As you can see, we are producing more than we are consuming, except food. Especially energy is very good to see here, plus 48 last round. So now I think we can enable rest of the assets to full speed production. So university 100%, food production 100%, even ammo factory we can increase to 75%. So if we preview, you can see that still we'll be able to send 31 energy to SHQ and the food production will be positive. 62 will be delivered next round to SHQ. So what should be our next asset to construct? If we are thinking of metal mine level 2, we can see that energy cost will increase by 30, and if we are thinking of industry level 2, energy cost will increase by 55. So energy will be our main bottleneck in future. That's why we need to build another solar panel. So construct energy solar panel, especially that by doing this construction we will double our energy production, and we are spending only rare metals and industrial points, so no metal. So very good. So let's construct. Roger that. This will unlock some possibilities in future. And now, second most important element, our demands. You can see 2 rounds left. We have 20% and we need to have 22% of soldiers in our regime. So now the focus should be to recruit more soldiers. But we don't want to slow down the constructions. So the amount of points that we can spend, especially industrial points, is 163. That's why we need to carefully create new formations. I will first create independent artillery battalion. It's very cheap compared to others, and we need artillery to soften the nomads nearby and gain some field testing for artillery, which is quite good model. So it will cost us 85 industrial points. Let's do it. And now also, if I would like to raise the operational type of units, in this case machine gun infantry brigade, but without those soldiers, so I would like to use existing SHQ soldiers and buy only 300 machine gunners, it will cost 27. So let's keep that in mind. So 27. And if we check how much we can spend 78. So if we subtract 27 from 78, we have 51. So for 51, we will buy some soldiers in SHQ. So very carefully, we cannot buy 8. It need to be 7, so for 49, because this is the closest number. So let's buy 700 soldiers. And now, how much we can spend? We can spend 29 industrial points this round. So let's go back to Rise Formation, OHQ. Here we deselect this because we don't want to buy new soldiers. We already bought in SHQ in a controlled way, and it's 27. Because with that option I cannot control really how much this formation will cost. That's why I was buying manually soldiers to control the cost. And now we will pay 27 for this formation. And it's above 50%, so we can create it. So let's do it. So we have used all recruits this round. And for next round, we are left with 2 industrial points. So it was a kind of micromanage, but we have only 2 rounds and we have 3 wars, and we need to really carefully plan our movements. So you can see that none of the constructions were slowed down, and we need machinery. So to remember, I need to buy more machines. I will buy all available because machines will be needed in future. Who knows if they will be more expensive. It means that we need to sell something. And what we can sell? I would like to sell this time not rare metals, because if we will spend 400 rare metals on solar panels, maybe in future we will need rare metals, and we extracting them only from the ruins, and we don't have many ruins. But we have a lot of fuel, so let's sell only fuel from this moment, especially that we are producing fuel using biofuel. But first, double check the index because it will impact how much we can sell. The index is quite okay to sell higher quantity. Please check how the metal is expensive. So it means we can sell much higher quantity of fuel because the index is quite okay. You can see that by selling all available fuel that they can buy, so nearly 500 fuel, I can earn 1,300 credits. So let's do it. Yes, sir. And now, as we have quite low political points, we need to be really careful. I'm not sure if 1,500 next round will be enough for this 2%. So I will call Rico and I will increase the amount of recruits. It was increased to 3,000, so they were not joining. So I will increase the sign-up bonus and increase it 3,500. We need to be sure that we will have next round enough recruits. Confirm. Now some decisions, because political power might be important. This decision we can leave for later, but in national we can see Alastair propose a new candidate. I can agree, why not? We like this faction. And here are some nominations. We have Air Force Research Council, so we need to find somebody. And this guy has suitability rating 28, so he has current skills good for this job. You can check. And indeed, he is good at science, has high intelligence, and alignment with our profile is 90. So he is a good candidate. So and has sixth sense, very helpful skill. Let's do it. Here we'll increase to 99% research, but if no research, everything will go to discovery. And our objective for research will be propeller engine or try to discover rocket engine. And I will go for rocket engine. The cost of discovery is 400 bureaucratic points. It should be quite fast, but no, you can see research cost is 1600 and propeller engine research is 160, 10 times cheaper. No, maybe let's research propeller engine and this way we'll open ultralight aircraft because it needs propeller engine or rocket engine, and in future we'll discover rocket engine. Yeah, that would be better. So let's continue this research. With model design, let's double check. We can discover mechanized artillery, which will open rocket launchers, and they need to have rocketry, which we discovered. Maybe it would be worth doing. Yeah, why not? So let's do some discovery, no new orders. And this decision I will leave as it is because you can see that the first option is disabled because I don't have 20 political power. I can select only B, but it will cost me 1 political point. But if I will click and round, this decision will be executed by a secretary and then I will not pay this 1 political point. So this way you can save on political power if you leave unimportant decisions to secretary. And you remember we need to increase export tariffs on those guys. It's not bringing us a lot of money, but will make their life harder. I will call Interior Council to change the priorities, and the tariffs should be increased, probably to 20%. We don't need interior, can be 1%. So here probably we can even increase to 30%. Let's do it. And the last change is to priorities of our Secret Service Council. I would like to spend more on spying and active field operations. So let's call him. So spying, I would say 40%. It should be important currently. Here also 40% and 20% active field. That will be good. And now if we have a lot of money, we can think of some commercial gifts. So exactly 6 political power or bonus, but commercial gift probably will be better. And who should receive this? In my opinion, from our directors, it should go to our Secret Service Council because he don't have any gifts and his natural relation point is 90, but it should increase his efficiency and in future also he will stay happier. So let's do it. It was successful roll. So now our Secret Service Council will be very happy. You can see 100 and he has company gift. We have used all political power this round. By the way, we can scrap some stratagems for sure. Gift to faction, I don't want this card. In zones, I don't want to give 2000 to population. In the nation, I don't want this expensive mercenary. And here rest will stay. So we have 13 scrap points. 2 more and we can craft a stratagem. If we check the letterbox, you can see that we have discovered new version of buggies last round. So let's double check. In our models, we have second version of buggy with high-speed machine gun and light diesel engine, not medium. And the design, base design 3 point better, engine much better, rest is the same. But because we have triple the firepower, we have 242 attack and 480 defense. Very good. Of course, those hit points are quite low, but this is hard target. We should be fine. And if not, we'll increase field testing. And if we are here, we can also check how our quality system works. So soldiers in version 2, we have 200 in 1st Light Infantry Brigade, but here our new brigade contains nearly 2000. Probably after the demand for soldiers, we'll have to upgrade them also. But for machine guns, in version 1, we have some of them, but this should be yellow. We should only tolerate those guys. So we keep them until there is nothing better in SHQ to be sent as a replacement. Please notice that the options are persistent, so they are not per type. Tolerate is per this column and formation type. So if I am changing here units or selecting them, you are not selecting this option for this unit, but you are selecting this option for this column and this row. So this is only a filter for the numbers, so it can be misleading. So you can see that the yellow stay in the same row and only numbers change when I filter. Okay, we have better roads, but for now we don't have industrial points to build them. So let's do some movements and enable by pressing 6 on the keyboard the operational logistic layer. Here we need to stay and protect. Here we know there are 2 units, so our new units will be needed soon. Here we can push them a bit. This guy can explore. Oh, what we have here? The relict ancient bunker. Military research points plus 40. Good to have. But here we need to block them. What will be the preview of logistical points? More than 100, so very good. They will receive everything next round. Here we already did movements. Here, our pink brigade. Those guys need to simply go and join the rest of the militia. And here we have our 2 targets. But we need to be careful. We are already out of logistical lines. So the units that are inside the logistical lines can move and check. Yeah, we have captured another metal mine, but sadly ease of mining is one. But let's try to grab this. Even if we stay one round without food, let's double check. Do we have food? Let's do it. Yeah, we have captured 600 free folks. Not much, but better than nothing. Those guys probably can go here and get some supply, or even here to hide in the mountains, and they are hungry. Why they couldn't get any? You can see they were on this hex, so they couldn't get anything. We cannot lose them, so they need to eat something. Here we cannot risk, so we'll go back. And this unit can move one hex and stay in the supply. So you see, we are getting supply from this way also. So if we will deal with those guys and capture this road, our supply problem here in the mountains should be solved. So should we wait or should we attack? We don't have many action points. And remember, first 2 rounds we have limited attack. For mechanized units is less limited than for infantry, but still. But maybe they are also not in a good shape. Let's check what are the odds. Only Brown Brigade, 19 to 1, 150 concentric bonus, but the recon could be better. I will not attack. I will wait. Let's gain some readiness, and I doubt they will escape. Okay, so probably for this round that's enough. Let's play next round. They don't try to escape even. So another Marauders in Flint. It's bad. We lose population. You can see slowly and slowly our scavenging points are depleting. So this is the fate of ruins. Guys, we have reached promise. Great. And we have new profile feature. And call to power. It can be useful to annoy major regimes. And you can see we are gaining much powerful spying cards currently. Okay, I think it was very good round. So maybe check what we can do now with our tanks. Select more units. 11 to 1. Let's try. They have two tanks. Surrender quite quickly, but we have lost some soldiers. Please notice that if the subunit dies, then also we lose the support subunit that was attached to this unit that died. So this way you can also lose such bonus units. But in general, it was a good fight. Now we can try to push those guys from the road, but not this round. We need to establish better positions and also move our tanks and motorcycles to have better recon. So now we know more. We could even attack this round. What would be the odds? If we will attack nearly using all units, we could push them back. But I don't want to attack with this machine gun because they have low readiness and also this motorcycles. Blue dots should stay and have some rest. Here we have 4.2 and it would be risky. And we need to be patient. So I will try to move here. Let's surround those guys. Machine guns here. We need to capture more land. They have finally food. No, they are still hungry. Let's move here. Otherwise they will start dying and we don't want that. Here we need to block them. Don't think about going this way. What we can do here? Why they have blue dot? What happened? SHQ missed items. How it could happen? Because you can see we have zero food. Okay, I know what happened. Simply last round where we did the prediction, here there was a white 221 number. And it's a common mistake when we use this screen because it's a screen for a specific zone. So if I will have here 10 zones, each zone has its own section. So this is to manage a zone. And this SHQ next is simply some quick information regarding if the zone will send something to SHQ, what will be the estimated SHQ storage next round. But this number that we saw here does not include the consumption on regime level. So SHQ needs to supply soldiers. So you can see 160 sent to units. And this 160 was not enough. So we had 221 last round, 61 was sent to zone. So you can see here that 61 was even requested by the zone to build a stock of food to guarantee 2 rounds of consumption. So even now they cannot guarantee 2 rounds of consumption, but this is for the zone. But our units receive food from the SHQ stockpile, which means that we can check in the statistics how much they really requested. If we go to logistical statistics, unit food supply, here you can see 271 was requested. So we even didn't have enough in our SHQ to supply our units. So this screen can be misleading if you have one zone and you think that you can predict correctly the food consumption, and the same is with ammunition and fuel. Those three are used as supply by our units, and we need to estimate what will be the next round consumption for fuel, for food, and for ammunition. And we have access to last round consumption, so we can, let's say, more or less predict that next round our units will also need for sure 271 or maybe more if we recruited new soldiers. So last round, the missing information was that there will be some SHQ delivery. So at the start of this round, you can see SHQ had to deliver 61 food, and it was not visible in the last round preview here. So that was the missing information, and we also missed the last round units consumption. Okay, so we need to decrease the biofuel, otherwise we will starve our army. I will decrease to 50%. Let's regenerate our food reserves. That was risky. No food. You can see everyone have problem. Need to move back. Everyone is hungry. What I have done? So we need to stay here for food in next round. You can see how the food disruptions can be risky, the front line. You can even see it if we would like to attack enemy unit. This is a supply modifier, and because of the limited supply, we have minus 5% for this combat. One disruption of food, you can see they have 30% of food, and the modifier appears. I hope next round everything will be restored. So those guys are trying to enter our land. Our militia need to stop them. You also. And you go here. From where I have this bigger militia, did they appear because the zone produced something? No, probably they are here because in the manage profiles from the feast we have voluntarism, and this means that what round do we have? 55. You can see between around 20 and 100, we have 10% chance to receive extra militia regiment. So probably that's why we have this. Even in the name, you can see this is 14th Flint Extra Militia Regiment. So we have received this 2,500 people because of this feature of fist profile and proper role. So very good, very good. Also, we have got corporations, which means our private economy bonus will grow from 40 to 80%. Very good. So there are some positive informations. And you check what's there. We need to hunt for such things because if we capture free folk towns, we will have also discovery. So we need to hunt for treasure. And you check by pressing L on the keyboard. We enable the current logistics, and our weight is 266. So from this hex we cannot, but if we move to this hex and press S on the keyboard to enable strategic movement, now we can jump to our capital, and they will be the foundation of another OHQ soon. Okay, we need to protect our mine, and if we have finalized the mine, construction finished, you can see, it means that we will start producing the metal, but our administrative strain will grow because this is the distant asset. So we need to create here a new zone and provide workers, and of course, new zones, new problems. So let's do it. To create new zone, you need to have selected active asset and go to new zone button. It will cost 5 political power, but let's do it. We need to select to which SHQ the zone will send or receive the resources that we see here. We have one SHQ and that's enough. And remember, if you play on small or normal maps, probably you will never need more than one. New SHQ is sometimes needed if you have disconnected part of your regime that need to work and need to function separately, or if the distance is really long and you cannot manage bottlenecks, so then maybe. But really don't mess with too many SHQ. Affirmative. Okay, so we have a little zone, 1 hex wide. So we need to extend a bit the zone to capture also this hex perk to have the growth of population. So it's very good that we have this hex perk here. So we need to go to the map orders, zone borders, or you can press Z on the keyboard. So we are in the zone borders mode, and we can paint our zone to be a little bigger. Make it big enough to capture this hex perk and maybe this free folk town. So we will go here. So we have now, if we go to this new zone, you can see that next round here we'll see free folks from here. So 1100 free folks will be part of this zone. We have 1000 population as workers, and probably they will work in the mine. And we can send here using the colonize option. We can send here colonies, and they will go to the public sector as workers or to the private sector as population. Probably we send them as population, so let's send 400 to have also some population. You can see we have 400 and 1000. They are happy. Next round we'll nominate the governor. Probably we'll need also send some militia here to protect. So do we have an unused militia? Everyone already moved. You? No. Who can help? Maybe this militia could go here. What's the weight? 64. It's too heavy to do the strategic movement. Okay, so maybe that was a wrong decision. Maybe one of those militia next round will go and land there, and this guy need to go back and check what this guy is doing here to capture some land and do some recon. Let's check the situation. I will stay here. So what to do with this here? Double click. Please notice that the artillery has foot movement. You can see they move same as normal infantry. Normal artillery above 25 millimeter only can move by one hex, or you can motorize them with tracks and then they can move faster. But this one is quite smart, and we need them here to deal with those guys. And this small OHQ should upgrade our units. Let's start with machine guns, mass upgrade. In this OHQ, upgrade. And we need to select which model. Model 2, not expensive.
Yes, sir.
And soldiers, mass upgrade in OHQ to version 3, everyone. A bit more expensive, but let's do
Yes,
it.
sir.
And next round they will be ready to fight. So now probably we can also call Rico to decrease the
Roger that.
recruitment efforts. Maybe 500 should be enough, and decrease the bonuses. Colonies can stay like that. Confirm.
Roger that.
And there are some decisions. Another one, marauders in Flint. I don't want to lose some population. Maybe this time I will help him, but the chances are not good. But by helping, we also decrease the chance for the critical failure. Also, we can attach advisor to help here. So we can go to cabinet and attach this guy to Happy Rico,
Roger that.
and let's guys cooperate to overcome this problem. So you can see that no advisor will be not used here. I'm not sure. Okay, let's fingers crossed for Rico. Maybe this time nobody will die.
Roger that.
And it was critical success. Guys, Rico, I don't recognize you. If you don't have hangover, you are a really great governor. This is, you deserve a medal. Really great, guys. What else is going on? Our Supreme Commander. What do you want? Azonia Pax makes an overture. Their envoy asks us if we are open for the idea that peace between us might become an option. Now they understand that we are not a weak regime and it was a mistake attacking us. But do we want a peace with them? Because if there is a peace, we cannot grab their land. And currently, we can. So why we should have peace with them? If they have probably here, they have some accumulated units, probably they are fighting with stronger major regime. We can use this opportunity to take as much of their land as possible, but we need to send more formations here. Especially we need more tanks. I will move the motorbikes here just in case to protect this road. And those guys, they have full HQ power. They are not too far from the headquarters. And you, what we can do? if we have here supply, let's hope we have, we can slowly go this way, or even here. We stay in the mountains just in case. If I will say no, you can see that some people will be unhappy. But I need to say no, because currently, if we go to the victory points, you can see they are losing the land, losing population. I will not agree. We need to capture the land.
Roger that.
New commander for the 3rd Machine Gun Infantry Brigade. In this case, Einar, what do you want? But Nitro, he is from our faction. Capability 2, good charisma and not bad war, good at leadership, so can increase morale of his soldiers, and he was a commander before, so he might be a good young commander. So let's nominate him.
Roger that.
Okay, let's check reports. As you can see, we increased our word score by 5 points, so very good. That's why demands are very important. So regarding demands, we have one left, and it's ending in 5 rounds. We need to increase the private assets from 17 to 19 levels. And this is quite worrying because they cannot increase this soon because they don't have funds. So I need to call Rico
Roger that.
to help them. I will give them 500, should be enough to finance the private assets.
Roger that.
And we cannot end the round with 0 food because our units will starve more. So we need to buy also some food, let's say 490.
Yes, sir.
So we end up with 1000 credits. So it should be enough for 2 rounds of financing private market. And check stratagems. We have 16 political power. Maybe we can play something. We can send more spies, or we can, you know what? Why not to play archaeology effort? Because in the reports, archaeology overview, you can see we have 2 scavenging points in ruins, and the scavenging points are quickly depleting. So we have some time, and if we could discover an artifact here, then maybe we could extract something. Also from the ruins where you have artifact, you can extract high-tech parts. There is some chance for that. So I will check, because this card, if played on the zone where you have ruins, will tell you if there are artifacts or not. Normally each round there is some roll, depending on the prospecting skills of governor and economic council, and some very low percentage, like 2%. But this card can tell us the truth. So let's play it only once, or if successful. So let's hope he will be lucky and we target our zone. So let's do it.
Copy that.
So probably the roll was too low, so we didn't find anything. But we tried. Check if we can move anyone by pressing 8 on the keyboard. This can stay here, those can stay here, our OHQ can move here. And that's all probably. Yeah, nobody else to move. So let's finish this round. Oh, some minor attack, but we killed 20 motorized units. So we continue time of culture. Oh, our staff council discovered what we wanted, so mechanized light infantry army. So we can use our APCs and our light infantry to connect together into some mechanized units. Very good. And private investment. Great. And also some cards from factions. So let's check the front line. Are the units fine? Everything everywhere is green. Here, who is there? They are trying to block the road, but they gave us this hex. We need to continue pushing them, so our bikers can go and do some recon. You here. Okay, so here is the stronger unit. And who is there? It's a weak unit. 36 readiness. They are strong. And they are... and here, another strong unit. So those two are strong. I don't want to fight in desert, so I move my tanks there. Also some infantry. Can we attack them? It will be 6 to 1. But this is only to push them out from this road. Let's do it.
Advancing. Do no harm?
We will gain some field testing. 2 units lost, well, what I can say. But we will have, what? 1700 free folks. So this fresh unit can go here and protect our new hex. We can even, no, we need to stay in place. Move infantry. I will enter the desert here. This unit can move one hex and this unit here. So we'll have a kind of preparation for bigger encirclement. So I wonder what they will do. Let's move some help. Here we need to get free folk town, and there will be also a discovery and another one here. And double check if no enemies. Let's check the logistics and weight of this unit 82. So we can enter this hex, use S strategic movement and jump up to here to protect our metal mine. You can see, let's zoom out. We did a jump from here using the road and strategically move to here. Nice, because we need to have here some protection just in case. This militia also have regular units, so I will move them to the capital soon. Let's rather go back or move here. You can switch positions. We cannot really do something in them, but let's make pressure on them. They are moving back, so very good. We need to pin them here and our motorbikes can continue some land grabbing, but they don't have zone of control, of course. And you have. Okay, they are not advancing too much, so we can move here. You wanted this artillery there, but probably the artillery will be better near the front line. So use the strategic movement and move the artillery here. We can also move our new OHQ, but where to move them? Maybe here, but I don't want to move strategically. Yeah, we'll go into southwest direction. So let's go. Okay, our pink brigade. Let's continue expansion. One round without food will be okay. Let's advance. You go back. Yeah, you can strategically move here. So we did most of the movements. Everything is green. Let's check decisions. Okay, so news service is talking too much about the great leaders, and Nico would like to convince them to spend more time on the lot of the common men and what we will answer. Here we gain the most of the positive feedback from people. Only Military Research Council will be a bit unhappy because he doesn't like democracy, but another faction leader likes democracy. So, yes, hello. Rico will be happy also. Zone decisions. We need to nominate a new governor, and you remember that this faction, so yellow guys, if we go to check them, they would like to have zone administration sector, so governors, and there is only one member, so we have no other option to give the zone to him. So let's do it. You will be a governor.
Roger that.
Relation improved a bit, but it was mainly political nomination. So now, if we jump to our second zone using this quick zone bar, we can see him here. So how the mine is doing. There was no governor, that's why there is a big negative modifier, minus 50%. But next round we expect they will do something useful. We can even check here. We can filter the second zone and predict production next round will be 176 of metal. So it's good. And check the other zone. What is the assets production? You can see We gave them money. If we switch here to private assets, they constructed the waste disposal service. In one round, it will be operable. Please notice they have also light industrial level 2, and please notice the output. You can see this? They should produce 50 industrial points, but they produce 191. Why? Because we have 200% bonus and also relation bonus. Why 200%? Because we have in the features and bonus, you can see here private bonus 200%, and it's because we have private bonus points 10,000. And the private bonus 10,000 are because we also have, as you remember, this time of culture, and we have in the profiles, we have corporations, so we increase private economy bonus by 80%. So in general, we are focusing on the commerce, and that's why we are really helping this kind of buildings. Next, waste disposal service, they will finalize, and if we give them another 500, maybe next round they will also finance something useful. So this means that we will increase the levels of private assets. Fingers crossed. So the question is, should we build here? What's that? Hunger. They don't have food? Here in the population happiness, you can see that they have 75 points of hunger, and here you can see that the private food is 0. That's because in this zone there is no assets that can produce food, and they try to help themselves by building also Dom Farmstead. So we should also help them, and we call the governor. And what we can do? We can allow emergency food from our SHQ, which will be sent for free over the logistical network. So it will not consume our logistical network because emergency food, the game treated as those people simply use their own cars, their own transportation to go to SHQ and get the food, and their requirement is only to have road connection. So this option does not affect your logistical network, but only will decrease the amount of food. So we need to buy or produce more food soon. But we also want to help them, but we cannot help them too much. 20 credits max. I will increase the worker salary, and here sign up to 0, colonists to 0, because we don't expect any recruits and colonists from here. Okay.
Roger that.
Good that I checked the zone. National budget. For sure, we need to have more for economic council, more for military council. Model can stay. Staff council, I would like to increase to 11. Secret service can be 9. Interior can be 9. Supreme can be 12. Air Force, we don't need in Air Force so many, so we can move this to Economic Council. 8% should be enough, in my opinion, here. So here we can 22. Okay, let's do it.
Affirmative.
So let's check how our organizations are doing. Supreme producing political power, and it's helping quite a lot and has good roles. Very good. Economic, he's doing research. Did he research anything? No. Some news. She increased the autocracy. Maybe. Let's check if her profile alignment. No, still is 0. Very strange person. But the relation increased due to events. Okay, so staff council. Now he can focus on not on discovery because he discovered what we wanted, and he needs to finalize the assault infantry, and then he will operationalize mechanized infantry. Let's call him and don't do discovery. Occupation, maybe can increase to 5%. Operationalize, this will be 50%. Postures, go back to 25, and customization, maybe we can even decrease a bit to 15% to speed up the operationalized process. Confirm. So check the technology tree. We have 49% of combat armor. Very good. But I hope for some economic discoveries and 72% of propeller engine. So the Air Force Research Council is doing also good. So if the emergency food is enabled, we need to double check the production of food in the Flint zone. So currently we will send 210 to SHQ next round. But in my opinion, still this is risky because if we check the stats for food supply, our units requested 420. So we should be really careful with that numbers. I will decrease the biofuel to 25% to have more food, ammo factory to 50% to save on metal. Even 25 could be probably okay. There are no big fightings on the front line, and we need to collect metal also. So solar panels are under construction, 2 rounds left. Constructing another level of this dome facility will cost 4 machinery. You can see 2 machinery per each round. So 4 machinery, but maybe we should do it. Probably no other choice if we want to have more units. So let's do it. Construct another level of dome facility. They will use food, energy, but we need to have this food buffer to avoid problems. So let's start the upgrade.
Roger that.
Also, we need to buy some machinery. I will buy 2
Yes, sir.
and I will sell. Let's check the fuel price. It's lower but still quite high. So I will sell everything that I can. So 500 credits for us.
Yes, sir.
What's the final balance? Okay. And now play some stratagems. I will give bonus to the Economic Council because he is quite important to speed up the economic discoveries, but she also is unhappy. So maybe first she should receive from us the what she can receive. She can receive Hero of Nation. So target our Interior Council. I want to give this to her to improve the relation and also to give her 10 charisma because in her case the higher charisma will also improve the learning of the leadership. So let's
Affirmative.
do it. Check how she reacted. Well, the relation didn't change too much, but you can see that she has Hero of the Nation and now here is +9. If this will be 20 or more, here will be +10 because if we have the skill below 20, then all numbers visible here are lower. Now we need to play the bonus on the Economic Council. Let's do it.
Order received.
Yeah, it improved a lot. So our economic now will be more efficient and happy. And the other guy is also unhappy. What we can do to him? I don't have any bonuses. Probably nothing this round. We need to collect political power to play private investment. And those cards, we can increase popularity and happiness in the zone. But our zones are quite okay. They like us. And there is no unrest, so we'll keep those 2 cards for later. Maybe we can also scrap some cards, like a gift for faction, prospecting push, and that's enough to craft our first custom stratagem. The stratagems crafted this way will be generated. It will be random stratagem with one random features, random image. So let's create it. Okay, new stratagem has been crafted. Proud schools. Proud artisans construct schools. If played, meritocracy increased by 8. So this card will create private asset that will increase education in the zone and also will increase meritocracy. It's good if you are looking a way to also increase meritocracy, but sometimes here we have simply random profiles increased. And this card can be found in the zone tab. Okay, so what now? Do we have enough food? Let's hope. We need buggies to help here. So let's create a rise formation and we will create one full fresh unit of buggies. Finally, we have them. Also, our next goal will be second level of industry. So we have first level, but the second level will be better. We can see the output of industrial points is 4 times bigger. So we need to do this slowly, but not this round. Maybe next round we can start with some limited output. We'll see. And check in organizations. Economic Council, still no discovery, very bad. Staff Council progressing with Assault Army quite slowly. We have 11% of the progress. We'll see next round. Military Combat Armor and how the propeller engine 72%. Okay, probably we also need for those units like here some replacements because there are only machine guns. They miss You can see 800 soldiers, so we need to send them some replacements. And in SHQ we have nothing. Everything is green except the replacements, but it's because we miss them, not because we have some problems with logistics. So let's buy some soldiers. Also 200 motorcycles. Yeah, we will buy what we can. We end up with one industrial point. Okay, play next round. There is some movement. Maybe Azonia packs came to us. We need to check. Yeah, heavy industry. That can be useful. You can see recruit special ops, but it's too late. We already have special ops. But autocracy can give you such card. So here, Azonia, you have some units, you say, and they what they are doing. So we need to use them as a buffer, as I said before. So they will not probably declare war on Mapelar territory, and we don't know how strong are their units. We will not reach the mountains, so we need to move the unit here. Probably we need to move back, but there are only 300 free folks here, so not much to protect. So I have quite low readiness. I will move back here. Let's use the mountains. We'll see what they will do, because we don't know their strength. Here no reason to advance currently, so I will also move back a bit. Let's move tanks here. I would like to control the road. Artillery can be useful. So no reason to fight in the desert, so I need to move stronger units there. We need to have good recon. Our machine guns can protect the land. And here also Azonia, so we need to be careful. Let's take the road. Probably we need to entrench, so probably the posture blitzkrieg, but do we have other postures? I don't have more blitzkrieg postures, so I would keep it, but the pink brigade could have defense, for example, but not now. So here there is some risky gap. Okay, so those guys, you can move the whole stack if you select the group move. So group move, and then I can, by clicking once, move the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units at once. You have two options, normal move or group move. Militia. Right now they are doing security. Okay, but how the surveillance station is doing? They finished. So check our demands. We have 18. One level more, 3 rounds. But also, this one should count, Dom Farmsteads. But what they need to build it? They need more money. We could give them the private investment. There is oratory role, but he is happy guy. Plus 20. Maybe advisor could help. Let's check. Do you know oratory? No, you have 20. Maybe we could. But he's attached to Rico. We need to detach him. Okay, but then I will not be able to play this card. Or we will do a normal investment because they have 20 budgeted. We can send more colonists as population 600.
Roger that.
So they have more people. But the hunger is decreasing. They still don't have food. But in the report treasury and cash flow, you can see that here there is emergency food, yes, and they need only 4 food. So really nearly nothing. Food given is for the emergency. So they can survive in the emergency mode. Let's check if we can still sell. Oh, you can see that price really dropped. So now we need to be really careful with money. Probably we cannot continue such big investments. So we need to call Rico.
Roger that.
Let's decrease that to 100. We don't need soldiers. 200 should be fine. They earn 5 in private sector and we earn 5. So we should increase the worker salary, but currently they are happy. But 1 point more than in private should be good.
Roger that.
So let's check. Let's move here to receive some replacements maybe, or here. Need to block them. We need to go and help. But if we have discovered the heavy industry, maybe we should research heavy industry. We need machinery. So we will call Economic Council. Let's do the research for heavy industry.
Copy that.
Machinery really dropped, so we need to double check next round. Yeah, we'll need more machinery, at least 3. That's why we need heavy industry. But this building can be decreased to 25%, so we need only 1 for next round. So let's buy 1 machinery. It's more expensive. I don't have money, which means that I need to use workshop and produce the machines. Let's add 1 currently,
Yes, sir.
so it should be enough. Okay, so let's play next round. Hmm, I need to check. We have some losses. What? Armed front? We have propeller engine, but check what happened with the elections. Interesting. So we have lost the elections, and Aina won the elections. They had support points 64. Very interesting. Aina. I wonder what happened if Aina will disappear as one member of the leading party. Interesting situation. But here we have some losses. We need to check this report. What happened? We were attacked by 10 buggies, 10 tanks, 20 artillery, 400 routers, and we really had 300 killed guys. Okay, but they had low readiness, 45. Very bad. The only positive is that we get some field testing. Okay, but here we see some Azonia Pax unit. So let's double check what they have. First monk battalion. Monks? Are we fighting with monks? They are looking as monks, but they shouldn't use violence. They doesn't look like a very good units. What are you sending, Azonia? Monks? Okay, I need to think what to do with them. But we can move our buggies. You can see what's their range. Let's go there. We need to check the food consumption because they have 10 food and they consume 2. So they can survive 5 rounds on their own stock of food. Interesting. And of course, they are good at attack, very good at defense, and don't eat too much food. The weakest part is here, the defense against infantry, but the infantry should be something better than monks to make a problem for them. So let's check. Oh, Rico is building casino. Finally, Rico, something for you. Very good. Keep going like that. And demand overview. We need 1 level more and 2 rounds. Rico, are you able to build casino in 2 rounds? How much is the casino worth? 77. You know what? We will play the card here. Stratagems, private investment. Let's do it.
Copy that.
2,700 credits invested into the private economy of Flint, which means that now here they have 2,800 credits of private funds, which is enough for Rico to build the casino and achieve our demand in 2 rounds. I don't know. It depends how fast they can build. Fingers crossed for them. And how they are doing? Do you build anything? No, not yet. Okay. I need to detach you. to not
Roger that.
disturb Rico. And this road probably should be extended because those units you can see are out of optimal logistics. So let's click R on the keyboard to create some extension by 2 tiles. And now click M, go back to the move mode. Those 2 units should stay to keep their entrenchment. If I move, I will lose the entrenchment, but this unit can slowly go here and help. This unit can check who is there. Oh, we have an enemy, so maybe our motorbikes will help. We can go back by 1 tile because we are quite weak, but motorbikes could help. Next round, they should be also in better supply. Here nothing to do, we need to stay. This unit is also extra militia regiment. So you can see another extra militia regiment with regular armies. So I would move them back to the capital, same as this unit, another extra regiment. So we have a lot of soldiers using regular models in militia, nearly 5,000 in both regiments. Those guys, they have only machine guns and 100 soldiers, so we need to buy replacements for them, but we can continue the movement. The goal is simply to have more units here, encircle them and destroy. Here is standard land grabbing. Oh, there is someone there, and here slowly we will try to encircle them. I wonder what they will do. If they will advance here, it's interesting. They protect here the mine. Here, this unit had losses last round, so they need 300 replacements. I will do them manually using the current logistical points that we have. So let's do some quick replacements because I need to have full machine gun unit here. 300, now we have 500. So they can do some recon. And what we do with those monks? Our tanks are still using the blitzkrieg posture, so I would go here and move them away from this hex because they are limiting the logistics for those units here. You can see that if we switch to used points, you can see that the logistic lines are going through the mountains, so they are less effective. Those 2 hexes would improve the logistics to have not red, but maybe yellow hexes here. But we need better recon, of course. And who will attack? Only tanks or somebody else? 6 to 1. Maybe this motorbike from the mountains. 10 to 1. And this infantry? No, infantry is not helping here. Okay, let's. This is only to move them away from this hex and maybe decrease their readiness. We'll see.
Advancing. Do no harm? Yeah.
No
Right.
losses. Let's see where they escape. Here. So now we can move also our units here. So we also captured this one, 300 folks. Our tanks can still fight, and motorbikes. Let's check what's their condition. Very bad, 9 readiness. Maybe we can continue our advancement. Even motorbikes can fight. Why not? And tanks. Let's push them more.
Advancing.
9
Do
readiness.
no harm? Yeah.
Yeah, you
Right.
can see they were not ready for this fight. And blitzkrieg should be progressing. But I will not chase them too much, but I will go back here rather, as we don't know what they have in this hex. So motorbikes also can go back, and those guys will chase them. OHQ can go closer, and the unit can capture mountains. They have 100 entrenchment in mountains automatically. Here it's not a good position to entrench, so maybe we can slowly build a straight line here, but we need to be careful also, protect our flanks. Artillery. General artillery is a defensive unit, so let's build some stronger position here. Okay, it was quite fine, quite well. It was quite okay here. Now industry. Maybe even before industry, we will arise motorcycle, independent motorcycle unit, maybe even two, because they are quite cheap and they will go here and help the 3rd Infantry Brigade to do some recon and encircle those units. Also, they fight quite well, so why not? Check our situation and preview. So next round we'll have solar panels, and this is going on low speed. Probably we can start another construction. So construct industry. We'll upgrade to industry 2, but with limited speed.
Roger that.
Why not? Now we need to limit the speed because the preview will be... No, we can even have one full round of construction without any problems, but we'll end up with 16 points next round. So too risky. I will decrease to have something more here, just in case. Also this round we need to buy some replacements. I forgot. For those guys here. Let's buy some. We have only 300 recruits, so we can buy only 300. Great. So now we can continue our asset management. 75% speed. So we need mainly machines. To have machines, I don't have money, so I need to use workshop, produce 3 machines.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it will change the situation. Yes, it will change the situation. So now we can also decrease the industry to 50%. Yeah, that will be optimal to have something to use next round. We need more money, so trade, sell. The fuel price is still quite okay, but we cannot sell too much, only 168. They have quite low amount of credits, so traders cannot buy too much. So sell.
Yes, sir.
We need to be careful regarding the money in such case. Here we will need this road to supply our units. I will press T on the keyboard and allow pull points on this route, but still it will be blocked. So next round, if we do the prediction, so if we press P on the keyboard, we are in the preview mode. We will have here some logistics to give them food mainly. So go back, press P once again to disable this mode. And I would forgot, we need to upgrade also our supply, maybe not this one, but this supply base, because you can see that maybe in the preview it will be better to see it. The points optimally reach this crossroad because we have extension points and 10 range from a tax station. So we reach here this crossroad and then the points are diminishing for each hex. So by improving the level of this asset, we will also have additional extension points. Currently we have 50, but on level 2 we have 75 and level 3 we have 100. So we can double the track station range if we have third level of supply base. But the cons is that we will also increase the administrative strain in our city, but it's 3%. Probably will not increase too much because it's not too far away and the level is quite low compared to levels of assets in the zone. Because if we have many assets in our city and 6 hex range, then assets outside the 6 range are not as problematic. So for smaller zones, that could be a problem, but for bigger zone, it's a smaller problem. So let's construct something. Logistics upgrade to supply base level 2.
Roger that.
And then optimal range increase probably by 2 or 3 hexes, and level 3 will reach this crossroad to have 100% of capacity on this line. So you can see supply base is quite useful. But what this unit is doing here, they should go there, even here. Okay, so now decisions. Supreme should focus on political power, no changes. Military on research, no changes. So check tech tree. We have discovered propeller engine, so we have access to ultralight aircraft. And now we can discover those two types of units. So very good. Heavy industry 14% and combat armor 83. Very good. Model is doing discovery, so all is looking quite nice. Probably that's all for this round. So let's play next round. Okay, nothing dangerous this round. Great, Rico, probably you made the casino. We have reached the promise. And we finalized combat armor. some cards. Let's check if Rico finalized casino. Yes, Rico, check, where is it? Here, casino, construction finished. Casino will give us entertainment. This is what we want. So the civilization score is medium. Maybe we can avoid some bad events. And they are focusing on ice mine community. Don't start the story again, guys. Probably they will build it here. I will not mess with them. Let's do it. You have money, you can do it. We have our new motorcycles. Please notice their range over road. So they are fast and furious. Here we need to simply encircle enemies. Machine guns will stay in place, but those guys can go here. But those guys, I think we can move by one hex. Militia here, you here, and you here. So you are not in a good position, guys. And next round our bikes will help us to finalize them. Switch to normal logistics by pressing L. What's the weight of the unit? Nearly 300, so we need to move to this hex. Press S and jump to the capital. And you guys, M, what is your weight? Too big, so you cannot. But you are close enough to go by foot. Here, probably only exploration. Here, that was a risky movement for our whole logistic, so we need to be careful. Probably I will move back some units from here to cut such initiatives. In general, I will keep brown units to block them. So this guy will go here. Where are our tanks? Here. But first buggies, let's check. Maybe we can push them from here because this is normal terrain. Plains rocky. We can try. Good odds. Both with bikes for protection. Can we add also infantry? Why not? Let's do some field testing and experience.
Advancing.
All clear, sir.
Good battle, very good. So now motorbikes can enter this hex. We can also enter this hex. We can even try to finish them. What is action points 57? We can try.
Advancing. No harm? Yeah,
Oh,
right.
that's good. So unit disappeared. Now our infantry can go here. But we need to be careful. We don't know what forces Azonia has here. So we need to be careful. But artillery, we can move by one hex. Maybe they will be needed next round here. So you also may be needed here to deal with those guys. Motorbikes. Let's check the situation and don't risk too much. So we can capture the mountains and make here some defensive line. And you can go north to maybe capture those 3 tiles. Okay, now this front line. This is weak unit. You can pin them a bit. You will only protect this part. And buggies here. So we know they have 3,500 militia. Interesting. Here is some enemy because the border didn't expand. But our bikes can help us with their great recon. You can see how the recon is spreading around. We need to protect this militia. So here is some risk. We need more units, probably. Those guys sadly cannot do nothing. Okay, our metal mine. We cannot upgrade metal mine because the level is 1 and we need 25,000 population to think of next level of this village. But we can send here some colonists. Population 600.
Roger that.
Let's increase the amount of people here. Okay, and now check assets. So what is going on here? We have finished solar panels level 3. Very good. And we continue industry, but this building I would go with 100%. Let's finish that because you can see food we are nearly at the edge of our possibilities here. So even the preview is fine, but we miss machinery. Can we increase also industry to 75? We can, and those guys 100. And we are still okay. So we need only one, we need how much? 3. Maybe we can produce something. Maybe we can produce 3 machines. Let's produce 2
Yes, sir.
and check. Oh, you can see. So sadly, we need to slow down a bit this construction, and we'll end up with one industrial point, which is risky, but well. And decisions. National salaries. Do we want to change anything? I want to have happy OHQ commanders and governors, and that's all.
Affirmative.
And Research Council should focus on Gauss small arms. This is a second component for better army
Copy that.
because we already have combat armor, and Gauss small arms will be really complementing this armor, and our units will be 2 times better soon. I cannot play too much because we have 21 political power. Next round we will try to play some cards. And this unit, what you are doing here? Move to the mountains. We can hide there. And this militia maybe can even go north and surround them a bit. I wonder if they will move back. Okay, that's all for this round. They are moving back, but Mapelar, no, Mapelar stand still. They lost 400 by attacking our buggies and calling for help. Oh, new zeitgeist. We are entering a crisis of egoism. It will affect your relation with most of your leaders. The effect is that your relation with most of your leaders will drop. We gained one faint point, which is good, but the relation with leaders will drop. Not good. Okay, nothing special. Thanks. Okay, so let's continue. Here we have some problem with supply for our buggies. We couldn't get fuel and ammo because we are on the yellow hex. So, and also attacking on Glacier, we have minus 25%. I would give them some space here. So let's move back a bit. And let's hope they will come closer. Our motorbikes also can jump here, just in case. Let's regenerate, because we also need to have enough action points for military operations. This guy is at risk, so I will move back a bit. Here nothing, here nothing, here. No big options, like we need to cut them here. Here also. We can see quite many forces. So where we attack first? Better situation is here probably. So let's move some buggies. And let's try attack. Do we have any chances? Let's attack 9 to 1, but probably they will move back here. Let's get some experience.
Move it now.
Quite good attack. We killed many units. And now we need to do proper encirclement. Encirclement. Please notice that they are located in the escarpment, which gives them some protection from where? If you click this hex and hover here, you can see in the third row from the top, rivers present, small river on southeast, and escarpment on south, southwest, and northwest. So south, southwest, and northwest. Here, from those hexes attacking this one, I will have negative modifier from escarpment. But from this and this and this, everything will be good, except this, where we have also a river. So the terrain sometimes can be, we can use sometimes the terrain for our favor. So I will move here. So the only place where they can escape is here. What we can do? Not enough units. Okay. Here we need to protect our land. And here they are quite brave, but here they have some gap. You can see 20 penalty for entering this hex. That's why our units don't have too many options here. Because this 20, if you hover here, you can see 10 is because enemy zone of control, And another 10 is because it was newly conquered hex by us. So then by one round you have also this 10 penalty for action points for movement. So maybe who can check? This unit can go here. They cannot capture anything, so buggies need to do this for them. Need to continue capturing the land. We can go out from the mountains because they seem quite weak here. So let's continue our journey and move the front line here. Why not? So it's better to have the front line here. This is ours. What's that? Heal. Well, it give us water, of course. This planet is strange. So where to send our tanks? Here there is a lot of sand and the tanks don't fight well on sand. And we still cannot use our artillery properly, but slowly we need to advance. Tanks could be used here on south, but I don't want to waste fuel and action points. So probably we need to encircle them as usual. Tanks here and have some rest for next round. Maybe this infantry go here and this infantry here. Now the encirclement will be better. I will go here to protect better this hex because it might be risky if that would be a breach here to our supply line, and move those guys a bit closer. Here I will not attack them. I don't have enough recon. Let them attack. I will move one militia unit to the SHQ. Transfer. Let's see. They are here currently. Maybe we can simply upgrade some of them and they will be sent. No, we cannot. So they are still treated as militia. Oh, so we cannot use them to form OHQ probably. I need to check. Rise formation, OHQ, infantry. We have 200 soldiers, so we cannot use militia, regular subunits to form a regular OHQ. Good to know. So they will be used only as a kind of replacements for other militia units. So it means they can go north probably and help there. And here, those guys can stay and protect the city. Assets, we can speed up the dome farming and this building, let's check. In the preview, we are doing well, so industry can be also speed up to 100%. Very good. You can see we have to finalize the dome farming. Do some decisions. 39, 3. Where is it? No, 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 no. It's too far away. Refuse, sadly. A new organization, no.
Affirmative.
Economic Council priorities. What's the chance to get the industrial card? Let's double check. In economic policies, we have improvised industrial points. We need simply continue, no changes. But check prospecting. There is 0 zones. Okay, so no changes.
Copy that.
We discovered the battle dojo. It was quite well hidden, but the flow of trainers caught our eye. We could enlist the dojo's instructors and improve the experience of all militia units with 8%. Or we could allow the battle dojo to continue its operations and receive 200 recruits per round. I want 200 recruits. Yeah, let's do this. I need this 200 recruits per round. This is very, very important. 3 people. So allow the battle dojo to continue.
Roger that.
Very good. Check the demands. We don't have any demands. We have quite good ward score. Money is decreasing. Heavy industry, assault infantry, Gauss small arms. They don't design anything, only discover. And they also discover. Can we research something for the aircraft? No. Okay, so now let's play some stratagems. And this time we will play assassination. Probably it will be unsuccessful, but we need to get rid of Aina. It will be a good training for our Secret Service Council. So let's train. Personal combat skills. Treat it as a training. Probably it will be unsuccessful.
Copy that.
Oh, it was successful. Aina Shallow Land was assassinated. I supposed it was a training, Jiggins Cooper. What have you done? But this is a good job because we have eliminated our main political enemy and major faction leader. So let's check now the factions. What is there? So we have here leading faction Armed Front who won the recent elections, so they are majority, and we have eliminated their leader and the only member. Next round they will disappear. I wonder if we will become the majority. Yes, Sacred School will become the majority. Good, very good. Okay, we'll collect more points for something useful. For example, some spy operations, or maybe some new leaders, or finally we could also play war games. Okay, let's finish this episode here. Thank you for watching and see you later.